Hello, 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 and welcome to 20 Years with a Narcissist. I'm your host, Shakira, and I would like to start with words of affirmations. You are whole, you are complete, you are enough. You are strong, you are brave, you are resilient. You are guided, you are protected, and you are safe. And this here is a safe space. I want to thank you all for spending part of your day with me, whether you are driving to work, cleaning your house like I was doing earlier, sitting in your car trying to gather your thoughts like I do on a regular basis, or maybe you're secretly listening to your earbuds because you're still in that relationship and you don't want them to overhear that you're watching a podcast titled 20 Years with a Narcissist. I want you to know something. You are seen, you are heard, and you are not crazy, okay? Now, let's jump into this week's episode, which is titled Don't Take the Bait. If you've ever received a random text message from someone you fought so hard to leave, if you've ever looked down at your phone and your stomach immediately dropped, if you've ever said to yourself, maybe they've changed, this episode is for you. So stick around. Today, we're talking about something that thousands of survivors experience. Something that often pulls people right back into toxic relationships. You know what it's called? It's called hoovering. I got a whole episode about it. Go check it out. Some people call it fishing because it's exactly what it looks like. They're throwing out bait, hoping that you'll bite. Today, we're going to expose those tactics. We're going to talk about why narcissists do it, what it looks like, and how it affects you emotionally. And most importantly, how you can protect your peace. So, I'm doing something a little different within my episodes moving forward. I want you guys to grab a journal, get a book and a pen. Take a deep breath in through your nose, out through your mouth, and let's get into today's episode. I've broken this episode into segments. At the end of each segment, we'll have a reflection. Segment 1. Why do they text after everything they put you through? Why you on my line? What you want? Okay, this is one of the biggest questions I hear. If they treated me so badly, why are they texting me now? Because what did you just say? They treated you so badly. Not the other way around. If you did them dirty, maybe they wouldn't be bothering you. But it's not. They did you dirty. So it could be 3 weeks, 3 months, or even 3 years. And then all of a sudden, your phone lights up. Hey, thinking about you. I hope you're doing okay. Can we talk? Next thing you know, your heart start racing. Your hands get sweaty. Your mind starts spinning. And you asking yourself, why now? What do you want? What do you want from me? You know what I'm saying? What do you want? Here's something I had to learn the hard way. Sometimes the text has absolutely nothing to do with love. Okay? Because the whole reason anybody gets into a relationship is because they want to give and receive love. That's all relationships are about. Love. It has everything to do with access. That's all they want is access. Love, schmove. So think about fishing. A fisherman throws bait into the water. He doesn't know if the fish will take it gonna take the bait. Is they gonna bite? He's just testing the water. That is exactly what many narcissists do. They're just testing whether they still have emotional access to you. They're asking one silent question. Can I still get a reaction? Because if they can still get a reaction, they know the emotional connection hasn't completely disappeared. No, they still got you. You ain't severed that tie. You got to rescind your energy. You got to take it back from them and then block them so they can't text you at all. I'm just saying. So, reflection. I want you to pause for a second and think about the last unexpected message you received. How did your body react before your mind even had time to think? Did your stomach tighten? Did you get that nauseous feeling, pit in your stomach? Did your heart start racing? Did you instantly become anxious? Because your body often recognizes danger before your mind can even catch up. So, it's that guy calling me again. He's on my line. Oh no. Anxiety just hits you like a ton of bricks. So, for me, there was a time after I had finally decided I was done, which was every time, because my 20 years with my narc was on and off. And every time I left up, you couldn't tell me I wasn't done. I knew or thought and believed in my heart that I was done. And just as I'll be beginning to feel like myself again, and I'm laughing again and sleeping better, and I'm starting to heal. And then one day, ring, 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 or buzz or vibrate, or just the lights. Just seeing his name on my screen changed everything. I hadn't even opened the message yet. It's just a notification so far. It just popped, ding. Oh, who? What? Next thing you know, my whole day done shifted. I can't concentrate. I keep staring at my phone. Should I answer? Should I ignore it? Maybe this time is different. You start to reason. Maybe this time is different. Maybe he's finally ready to apologize. Does any of this sound familiar? That one little notification stole hours of my peace. You hear me? Not because of what he said, because I ain't even opened the message yet. It's because of what I hoped it meant. I hope that he coming back for the reasons that I want. 9 times out of 10, it ain't that. So here's your reflection. Have you ever lost your peace before you even opened up the message? Chew on that for a hot sec while we jump into segment 2, the different types of bait. Here's something I wish someone had taught me years ago. Not all bait looks the same. Okay? Sometimes the bait is sweet, and I really think I want to say that's the easier way for them to get you, but maybe not. It really depends on the person. But they hit you with the "I miss you" and "I've been thinking about you." No, nobody understands me like you do. Or it's guilt. You sitting there, you ain't answered the message. After everything we've been through, you really going to ignore me? Oh, well, I guess I never matter to you, huh? Sometimes it be the fake emergencies. I really need your help. Can you call me? It's important. Sometimes they use the kids if y'all have children together. Sometimes they use family like my narc did when my grandma passed away. He used that. That was his way in. He said, "Can I come give you a hug?" And it was just open doors after that. They'll use birthdays, holidays. They'll send you a song, especially your favorite one that they know you love, or a memory to take you back to a good time that y'all had together. Pictures. Remember this? Sometimes absolutely nothing. Just, hey. One word. Because one word is enough to make your mind go crazy, go in all types of different directions, and it's just working now. And that right there be more than enough for them. So let's reflect on that. Which type of message would be hardest for you to ignore? Right? Write that down real quick. Why? Why is that message hard for you to ignore? Don't judge yourself now. We ain't beating up ourselves. We just becoming aware. Just take notice because healing begins with awareness. Okay, if you don't know and you're not aware, then you're going to keep falling for the okie doke. Like, oh, snap, why I keep doing this? Oh, how about you zoom in on it and pay attention to it so that you know moving forward. Segment number 3. While we respond, let's be honest. Most of us don't answer because we're weak. We answer because we're human. I keep hearing, oh, you weak sauce, you weak sauce. You don't know how to say no. You don't. But we human. Maybe we want closure. Maybe we want validation. Maybe we want an apology. Maybe we're lonely. And I know I'm guilty of that. Maybe we missed the person we hoped they would become. Notice I didn't say who they actually were. I said we hoped they would become. Right? Those are two completely different people. Many survivors spend years loving someone's potential instead of accepting who they've shown themselves to be. And that usually comes with patterns. They show you patterns of behavior that says, I know I said I was that person or can be that person, but I'm really just this person right here. So let's reflect on that. Ask yourself, am I responding to reality or am I responding to hope? That's a real good question right there. Ask yourself before you respond. Is this real, like him? This about to be the same nonsense. Segment number 4. What happens after you respond? This is where the cycle usually starts. At first, everything feels different. If they take you back to that love bombing phase where they were kind and they were attentive and they apologizing now because they done did you dirty and they want you to forgive them for all the things they did to you. They're saying everything you want to hear. So now you starting to think like maybe this time, maybe they're serious. Then slowly but surely, the criticism returns. The manipulation creeps right on back in. The gaslighting. Why when I touched your leg, you pulled back like I was diseased or something? I don't recall that. The disappearing, the lying, the blame shifting. Oh no, that was you. You tripping. The silent treatment. We love the silent treatment, don't we? When they just don't answer us or acknowledge us at all. Ain't nothing changed. The cycle just restarted, love. So let's reflect on it. Has someone ever apologized but never changed their behavior? Remember, consistency speaks louder than chemistry. Let me say that again. Consistency speaks louder than chemistry. The chemistry is why we end up falling back into the trap. You are not imagining the chemistry. It's absolutely there, but it's a facade when it comes to narcissists. They bank on that butterfly feeling in your stomach when you engage with them, whether it's text, call, in person. And that feeling right there allows us to believe something good is there. Because why else would I feel like this? Please take heed to the fact that chemistry is not love. It is inconsistency. It does not equate to you being the one for them that they gonna spend the rest of their lives with. Throw that in the garbage, baby. It's not servicing you at all. That's not what it is at all. Segment number 5, how to protect your peace. Here's what helped me. I stopped asking, what if they've changed? Instead, I started asking, what evidence do I have that they've actually changed? No, not promises. We're not talking about words. We're talking about hardcore concrete evidence. Dang, he been showing up every day. He been, assistant helping me get the word. He said, can he come take out my track? Can he just doing all kind of other things that he never did before? Healthy people don't just say that they're different. They consistently show that they're different. Consistent. That's a huge difference. Another thing that helped me was creating a 24-hour rule. I didn't respond immediately. I gave myself permission to wait. Because whether you know it or not, urgency is often where manipulation wins. And if someone genuinely respects you, they'll respect your need for time. And if they don't, then usually the mask comes off and the asshole comes back, and then you can be like, see, I knew they ain't changed. So here's your journal exercise. I want you to grab, if your notebook should be there, grab your pen, write down the last 5 times this person contacted you. And beside each answer these questions, why do I think they reached out? How did I feel afterward? Did I feel peaceful or confused? Did their behavior match their words? Did responding move me forward or backwards? Where are we going with this? Because patterns reveal truth. Every time. I've given them second chances. Currently it was on a third, and it's the same patterns every single time. I don't need to see anything else. So here's your challenge for this week. The next time that phone light up, don't immediately ask, what do they want? Instead, ask yourself, what has actually changed? If the answer is nothing, then maybe your response should be nothing. You leave their asses where they are. Okay? Because it's the same person just coming back to bark up your tree and hope that you open the door back up so that they can restart their cycle, so they can suck their source of supply out of you and give you almost nothing in return. Sometimes silence is not punishment. Silence is protection. Silence is healing. Sometimes silence is the boundary that saves your life. If at the very least, it saves you from repeating that toxic cycle. And I'm pretty certain y'all don't want to keep repeating that cycle. Am I right or am I right? I'm just saying. I don't want to keep going through that shit. So I'm not going to keep falling for the okie doke and letting somebody try to convince me that they're a different person when they're the same asshole that they always was. So before I go, I want you to remember something. Just because someone has access to your phone, it doesn't mean they deserve access to your heart. Your peace is precious and you have to protect it. If today's episode spoke to you, I encourage you to share it with someone who may need to hear this message. And if you're looking for a safe space to continue your healing journey, I love for you to join the Truths Unveiled community where we learn, heal, and grow together. I will leave the link below. Remember, truth is where healing begins. Keep choosing truth, keep choosing healing, and never let anybody convince you to trade your peace for their temporary ass attention. With that being said, I'd like to thank you all for joining me. Until next time, remember you are guided, you are protected, and you are safe.